everyone, this is Kevin from Metamaniacs bringing you a brand new unboxing video, this time for the Transformers trading card game from Wizards of the Coast. And today we have for you a box of the brand new set that just came out last week as of this recording, Siege 2 War for Cybertron. The set to come after, Siege 1 War for Cybertron, which for those who don't know, in the Transformers lore, is when the Autobots and the Decepticons were still on Cybertron, having their initial war before they came to Earth. And for many Transformers fans, including myself, this is the most interesting and fun part of the Transformers lore, all the stuff that happened before they came to Earth. So, the artwork reflects the fact that they're in the middle of their war as it's first breaking out. You'll notice that the character cards, instead of like just Optimus Prime, it'll say things like General Optimus Prime, Sergeant Bumblebee. I don't know if that's exactly correct, but you get the idea, because these characters are literally in a war. They are conscripted into an armed service on Cybertron to fight. And it's really cool, really interesting part of the Transformers lore. And Siege 1 was the initial part of that conflict, and Siege 2 has the story all the way up until they leave for Earth. There are literally two cards in this set, which hopefully we'll get to, that represent the end of that first initial conflict for the Decepticons and the Autobots. So, there's a lot of cool, interesting stuff in this set, and the first thing you'll notice is that, now this only comes if you buy a sealed booster box of Transformers, but you get a Trypticon pack in this box. And Trypticon is the big, ginormous Transformer, kind of like the equivalent of Omega Supreme. So in every sealed box, you get a big, giant Trypticon card, and 3 of the normal, for this game anyway, size character cards for, let me make sure I get this right, Brunt, Full Tilt, and Wipeout, which are like his subordinates. And we'll see how that affects the card when we see it, when we pull it out of the box. So, we're going to start with this booster box of, let me just double check the count here. Yes, 30 packs of the Transformers trading card game. Each pack contains 1 large foil character card, which is your standard Transformer size, and 1 small foil card, which can be any number of things. It can be a Battle Master card, it can be a couple other things, and then it also has 6 battle cards. Those are the cards that actually go in the deck when you play. Now, this will not be a how-to video. We're going to assume that you already know how to play the Transformers trading card game, and if you don't, you should. It's a lot of fun. It's my second favorite card game right after UFS. It's really cool. Wizards started their official organized play for the game earlier in the year. Players competed at events throughout the country to gain invites to the finals in Philadelphia this December at PAX Unplugged, which is a really big event, and there's a huge cash prize. Wizards is putting their full effort into the organized play for this game, which is great to see because it wasn't there at the first set. A lot of players were concerned, but they've made up for it. They're putting the same level of commitment and effort that they do into Magic into Transformers, which is an awesome thing to see. They had 2 other really big events, one at Origins Game Fair and one at Gen Con, which I was at. There was, I think, 4 different events that if you made the top 8, you made it to the finals on Sunday where you got your invite. I was able to get top 16 in the event that I entered with my Dinobot deck, which I'm very proud of because Dinobots even then weren't great, but I stuck with them because I love my boy Grimlock. So I was really happy with my performance there. I did get my invite, though, down at my local store, Prodigy Games, here in South Florida. So that's awesome. But we're going to begin opening this box of Siege 2. So basically, the Transformers comics got to do something that a lot of comics don't get to do. They had an actual ending. They had an actual ending, and what this allowed them to do was to reset the universe and start telling new stories with the IDW comics. A couple of the issues actually came with booster packs, and if you're not a comics person, that's fine, but if you are and you're interested in the story of the Transformers, the IDW comics are really good. I can't recommend them highly enough. So, we're looking at our first character card. It is a common we have Captain Impactor, or Impactor, but it sounds better if I say Impactor, like he's from He-Man or something. He is a leader card with the tank and ranged keywords. He has 3 attack, 12 health, and 2 defense. He's a beefy boy, holy moly. When you flip to this mode, each of your characters get bold 1 until end of turn, pretty basic ability. And then his bot side has leader and ranged with 4 attack, 12 health, and 1 defense, and he just has bold 1 by himself. It's a common card, pretty basic ability for a pretty basic card. We have our small character, Private High Jump, one of the off-road vehicles. His alt mode has off-road patrol, truck, and melee. He has 3 attack, 6 health, and 1 defense. And he has this has stealth while untapped. So if he hasn't attacked yet, this means your opponent has to attack other characters if they're able to. If there's no other options, they can target high jump like anyone else. But if he's untapped, they have to attack other characters first. This obviously mitigates the fact that he doesn't have a lot of health and doesn't have a lot of defense. His bot mode has off-road patrol, and melee with a 3 attack, 6 health, and 1 defense. His ability says, tap him, scrap a black pip card, and another card from your hand, draw 2 cards. So, and it says, in parentheses, to tap this character before you attack. So it basically lets you refresh cards in your hand. You don't go plus or neg, you just trade 2 for 2. But if you're looking for filter cards out of your hand, it can be very helpful. So let's open up the battle cards. Each pack will always come with at least 1 rare battle card. We have Terrifying Resilience, a armor upgrade with an orange and black pip. Says, can't be put on Autobots. You're going to see a lot of stuff like that in this set. And Tough 2, for the card it's equipped to. We have Kinetic Converter. I really like this card. It's a utility upgrade with a white pip. Says, when you flip the upgraded character to another mode, draw a card. So if you have this attached to a character, every time you flip, you get to draw. Guarded Posture, an armor upgrade with an orange pip. Gives a -1 attack and +2 defense. A character's attack cannot go below 0. That's less of an effect of this card and just a friendly reminder of how the game works. Next up, we have Energy Transfer, a orange pip action card. Energy Transfer says, move any number of damage counters from one of your characters to one of your other characters, but not enough to KO it. So it has almost exactly the ability of Sludge, the Dinobot from Wave 1, a card I'm very familiar with, where you could transfer damage tokens. With Sludge, you could KO your other card, and that actually helped in your favor if you had like Battle Master cards, like the Lion one, I forget its name, I apologize, or if you just wanted to kill something to get like your Peace Through Tyranny play going, something like that. So this is not as good, ironically, because it doesn't let you kill your own character. We have an armor upgrade, Adaptive Plating, with a blue pip. And you'll notice that all of this art is from the IDW comics. When the upgraded character defends and you flip at least 1 white pip, it gets +2 until end of battle, which is fairly easy to do. Okay, I'm so glad we pulled this card. Our first rare is Daring Escape, an action card with a blue and green pip. Now, this is the first alternate victory card in the game. This card says, for each Autobot you have on the battlefield, put the top card of your deck into your KO area face up. If your deck and scrap pile are empty, you win the game. And remember I said earlier about this being the end of the war? The Daring Escape is literally the Autobots getting on the Ark to head to Earth. At least they don't know that yet, but this is literally the end of the war, of the Autobots getting off of Cybertron. So, obviously, if you know how the game works, that's a very interesting ability, because every time you flip cards to attack or defend, or just play cards in general, they go to your scrap pile. But when you run out of cards, you take your scrap pile, you shuffle it, and that's your new deck again. So, the question is, how do you abuse this to get an easy alternate win condition? I have a few ideas. This is actually the card I'm most interested in building a deck around with this set, because it may not be that good, it may not be viable, but I really want to try to make this work, because I feel like if there is a solid Daring Escape play out there, a deck to build around it, it's going to be very hard to beat. So I'm really glad that we pulled my favorite card from this new set right off the bat. Moving on to our second pack. We have Skytread Tank, an uncommon card. Oh, and so you'll see his alt mode here. He has the tank and ranged keywords with 3 attack, 8 health, and 3 defense. And you'll notice his bot side is incomplete. That's right, he is a combiner card. You will combine him with another character card to make a full character for the second half of this. So, let's read his alt mode. Like I said, 3 attack, 8 health, 3 defense. Revenge. If you have Skytread Plane, sensing a trend here, on the battlefield or in your KO area, you may combine this with him into Raider Skytread. If you do, put the cards from your hand face down under Raider Skytread. Use a character's revenge abilities when it is KO'd. And since this is the bottom half of Raider Skytread, we're actually able to see what he does. He has 6 attack, 18 health, and 3 defense. And he says, this begins untapped, has all damage from the combined characters, and keeps 1 upgrade in each slot. When this attacks, you may put a face-down card from under this into your hand. If you do, move 1 damage counter from this to the defender. So there's some good synergy here. You get to get the cards back from your hand, because, you know, it is a kind of a hefty cost putting your entire hand in there. But you get to shift around damage, and you get to keep all your upgrades. Our small card is Private Sea Watch. He is a Rescue Patrol boat specialist. He's a boat in magma, which is funny. He has 3 attack, 8 health, and 0 defense. He's a little wimpy boy. Again, he has stealth while untapped. A lot of these little cards will. And when one of your rescue patrols battles and you flip at least 2 white pips, flip 3 more battle cards. And if you flip a white pip, you're already flipping 2 more cards. So this is basically saying, when you flip 2 more, flip 3 for 5 more, not counting bold. So you can get some pretty hefty attack chains going there. And his bot mode has Rescue Patrol and Specialist with 3 attack, 8 health, and 1 defense. This has +1 attack and +1 defense for each Rescue Patrol in your KO area. There's a lot of tribal abilities in Transformers. Cards tend to want to stick to their own factions and have a lot of synergy with each other. There are exceptions to the rule, of course. One of the most powerful decks, for now anyway, is the Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend, which works with a Decepticon card, but most of the time you'll see things like this. So, our battle cards, we have Showing Off, an action card with no pips, and that's not great. Flip one of your characters to another mode, then flip it to another mode. So usually cards with really good abilities like this will not have a pip, because if this had like a green pip or something like that, that would be really broken. Or not broken, just maybe a little too powerful. So this lets you, flip your card from one mode and then to another mode. So for cards that have really good, when you flip to this mode abilities, like a Triptychon or some others, you get to do it twice, which is really cool. We have Stable Cover, a secret action with a black pip. For those who don't know or didn't pay attention to Wave 3, secret actions are like trap cards in this game. When it's your turn, you put it face down on the field in the secret action area, and then when the effect for it triggers, you flip it and get its ability. If that effect doesn't happen by the time your opponent's turn ends, though, you send it to the scrap pile. But for the most time, they have pretty basic, abilities that will, I haven't seen one that's like, oh, this might not trigger, because usually it's something like, when your opponent attacks, when your characters defend. For example, this says, reveal, when one of your characters defends. When revealed, that character gets +1 defense until end of battle. The attacker can't use Pierce this battle. Pierce is the ability that has minimum damage, where if your opponent's character has like Pierce 5, no matter what they flip, they're always going to do Pierce 5, and it's one of the most frustrating things to fight against. We have Soldier's Blaster, a weapon upgrade with a green pip. Remember, green pips say when you flip them, when you're flipping attack and defense, you can trade it for a card in your hand to grab it instantly. Gives +1 attack and says when the upgraded character attacks an enemy from a different faction, the upgraded character gets +2 until end of battle. And the factions are Autobots, Decepticons, and new for this set, Mercenaries, which are really cool. Decipher is an action card with a black and a green pip. Black pips are what give Pierce. For each enemy secret action that's face up or face down, do 1 damage to each enemy. So that's a kind of like an anti-measure for people running a lot of secret actions. Although I don't really see a lot of secret actions. Usually the opponent has like 1, maybe. I actually have never seen an opponent play 2 secret actions in 1 turn. They can, but it doesn't really happen that often. Usually because they're actions. You can only play 1, so, yeah. Upgrade utility. I'm sorry. The card is Acute Reflexes, and it's an upgrade utility with a white pip. It says, Focus 1. Before flipping battle cards when battling, look at the top card of your deck. You may scrap it. This lets you kind of filter your deck. So if you see, that card has, where is it? Where's that showing off card? Yeah, so if you see that, my next card is no pips, that's not going to help me for attacking, scrap that. And then you can hopefully get a card with, more offensive or defensive pips, whatever you need. Plans are great for filtering. Or focus, sorry. When the upgraded character battles and you flip at least a white pip, it gets +1 attack and +1 defense until end of battle. And our rare is Backfire, a secret action with a blue pip. Reveal, when one of your Decepticons defends. When revealed, do damage to the attacker equal to the number of upgrades on that attacker. So that's pretty cool. Alright, moving on to our next pack. We have Sergeant Mirage, who is a car with ranged. He has 3 attack, 13 health, and 1 defense. His ability says, when you flip to this mode, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. If it's a blue pip card, draw 2 cards. Otherwise, draw 1 card. And then his bot side has the ranged keyword with 4 attack, 13 health, and 1 defense. He's another beefy boy. When you have a face down or face up secret action, this has tough 2. Our small card is a Battle Master, Raider Needler. He has the Battle Master and melee keywords with 3 attack, 10 health, and 1 defense. Enemy characters can't be repaired. That's, wow, that's a lot. And then, so Battle Masters they start in bot mode, and when they're KO'd, whether through battle or abilities, they come back as an equipment card that you can play on a character. This being Steel Bite and Sizer Mask. It gives the equipped character +2 defense, and it gives it Pierce 2. If this would leave the battlefield, put it into your KO area instead. Alright, so if we get any repeat cards here, we're just going to skip over them since we already talked about them. So, we have another stable cover. Have another showing off. Special Delivery, an action card with a black pip that says, move 1 damage counter from one of your characters to an enemy. There's a lot of damage counter flipping and flopping in this set. We have another Acute Reflexes. And we have Sabotaged Armaments, a blue pip secret action card that says, reveal when one of your characters defends. When revealed, scrap all of the attacker's weapons. That's really good, especially cards for cards like Megatron, who can equip multiple weapons. And then our rare is Step Forward, a blue pip secret action card. Reveal after your opponent chooses an attacker and before they choose a defender. When revealed, one of your Autobots gets Brave until end of battle. Enemies attack it if able. So basically this is like a My Body is a Shield situation. When your opponent's about to attack and you're like, wait, I don't want him to KO that card, you can use this and you're like, no, you're going to attack this guy instead. Hopefully someone has an ability that makes you want your opponent to attack it. Or just to save a card you need for the next turn. Somebody who played a deck like Dinobots who's very dependent on one specific character, a card like that would have been real helpful. Oh, we have a different advertisement here for the War for Cybertron toys, which are pretty cool. You have a little picture of Barricade, Decepticon Impactor, and Autobot Mirage. Oh, and our common is one of the Mercenary cards. You can see that it has a black border, not red like Autobots or purple like Decepticons. Lockdown has the car and melee keywords. He has 5 attack, 15 health, holy moly, and 1 defense. This has +2 attack for each card under him. When you flip to this mode, draw a card for each card under this, and for each upgrade he has. Then scrap that many cards from your hand. And then his bot mode has the melee keyword with 4 attack, 15 health, and 2 defense. He says this has +2 for each card under him. When this does enough attack damage to KO an enemy, use this card's bounty ability. Bounty, put the bottom card of your deck face down under this. So bounties reflect how these characters are mercenaries and they target specific characters. So when you kill a character with a mercenary card, you get to use their bounty ability. And our small card is Private Sunrunner. We can see here. He is a Battle Patrol, plane and range keyword with 2 attack, 8 health, and 1 defense. It has stealth when untapped, and when one of your battle patrols becomes tapped, do 1 damage to a tapped enemy. And his bot mode has Battle Patrol and ranged, and 5 attack, 8 health, and 1 defense. He says this has +1 attack and +1 defense for each Battle Patrol in your KO area, just like the last Battle Patrol we saw. Okay. Our first card in the battle pack is an upgrade utility called Minor Medic Kit with a double black pip. You don't see a lot of those. The upgraded character gets +2 health. War of Attrition, an action card with a blue and green pip. Says your opponent chooses one of their characters and does 1 damage to it. If this is the 3rd War of Attrition you've played this turn, repair 3 damage from one of your characters. You may play another War of Attrition. Now, normally in the game, you can only play 1 upgrade or 1 action per turn, but this obviously lets you get around it. This is very hard to pull off, and honestly, it's not super good because, say you get the magic hand and you get to play 3 of these, so you get to deal 3 damage and heal 3 from yourself. And, I mean, it's okay, I guess. I'd rather be putting my efforts in my deck to dealing lots of damage. We have Unflinching Courage, an weapon upgrade with a black and blue pip. Says this card can't be put on Decepticons, and it gives the upgraded character Bold 2. A weapon upgrade, Sturdy Javelin with a white pip. While this is on a melee character, it gets +2 attack. When this is on a range character and it attacks, scrap this card and do 2 damage to an enemy. So it either lets you smack harder or shoot somebody. We have Blast Suit, an armor upgrade. If the upgraded character with no pip, if the upgraded character would take attack damage, instead it takes half that damage rounded down and you scrap this card. I like this card. This is a good defense card. Kind of like Force Field from Wave 1. And our rare is Hijack, a secret action with a black and green pip. I think all of our rares so far have been secret actions. That's interesting. Reveal, if your opponent would draw a 2nd card during their turn, which there's a lot of cards that let you draw. Looking at you, Wheeljack. When revealed, if your opponent would draw a card this turn, you draw a card instead. So, haha, you don't get a card, I get a card. Screw you, haha. Alright, next up, we have Private Greenlight, a car specialist with 3 attack, 12 health, and 2 defense. Safeguard 3, can't take more than 3 damage while undamaged. Now, Safeguard is a new ability a lot of characters in the game have, starting with this set. And while that doesn't seem like a lot, there are a lot of cards in this game that do burst damage. They do a lot of attack, a lot of damage at once very quickly, like Trypticon, like we saw earlier. I used to play Dinobots. There was a lot of times where I would deal 20 damage, just boom, right off the bat, something like that. So this is really helpful in letting characters like this survive to be able to live to the next turn. And it also says this character's upgrades can't be scrapped by your opponent's cards. Now this I really like, because there's a lot of good upgrade cards. There's also a lot of cards that just say, get rid of an upgrade, get rid of that armor. And it kind of sucks to be digging and looking for a particular card to finally play it, only to have your opponent go, just, 1 for 1, get rid of it. That kind of sucks, so I'm glad to see abilities like this. This is a very control-heavy card. And then her backside, that didn't sound right, she has the Specialist keyword with 4 attack, 12 health, and 1 defense. When you play a green pip card, this gets +1 attack until end of turn. And our tiny card is Raider Nightflight. He has a 3 attack, 7 health, and 0 defense, with the Airstrike Patrol, Plane, and Range keywords. He has Stealth while untapped, and his bot mode has the Airstrike Patrol and Range keywords. And he also has 3 attacks, 7 health, and he's got 1 defense, so he's a little bit tougher. Tap. Scrap 3 green pip cards from your hand. Your opponent chooses one of their characters and does 3 damage to it. If your 3 scrapped cards have the same name, repair 3 damage from one of your characters. Huh. Now, that is a very, again, there's a very hefty ability just to do 3 damage. I mean, again, if you you're in the situation where you got that magic hand, it's like, yeah, 3 attack, 3 damage, and 3 repair. I mean, it's cool, I guess, but again, I'd rather be focusing my efforts somewhere else. Maybe I'm wrong. Turns out that card's broken. That's usually what happens. We have Reprocess, an action card with a green pip that says, scrap an upgrade from any character, repair 2 damage from that character. See what I mean? Just go boom, kill upgrades. It does heal 2 damage, but you know, whatever. We have another Guarded Posture, another Stable Cover. We have Heroic Resolve, a secret action with 2 blue pips. Reveal, if one of your Autobots would take enough attack damage to be KO'd. When revealed, instead that character takes enough attack damage to be at 1. Then put this card in your KO area. So this is really good if you need a character to live and you're like, this dude's gonna die next turn just because I know my opponent has to attack. But the key thing here is that this says attack damage, so only damage by battle. So cards that deal direct damage, like we just had one a minute ago, but so it does not affect effect damage. Cards that say do 1 damage to an enemy, do 2 damage to an enemy. Now, obviously, you can't play cards after you attack, but you do have to keep that in mind if your opponent has cards like that. It'll stop them from dying in battle, but not from direct damage effects. We have Increased Durability, an armor upgrade with a black pip that says the upgraded character has +4 health. Wow. Our rare is Involuntary Promotion, a black pip action card with Megatron on it. Says, choose one of your characters. Return another character that has the same number of stars or fewer from your KO area to the battlefield fully repaired. I'm sorry, what? Move the damage counters and upgrades from the chosen character to the return character. Then KO the chosen character. Wow. Okay, so you get to swap damage and upgrades over from the character you picked to the character you brought back, and then KO the chosen character. Now, I like this when you want to start getting things going, like killing Battle Masters. That, you know, some of these Battle Masters, they're designed to die, but they don't want to make it too easy for them to die, so sometimes they have higher health and higher defense, and I remember from playing Lionizer, that was the Lion card, duh, where it's like he had just enough health and just enough defense, where if my opponent didn't really want to kill him, he just stayed there. And if I didn't draw my piece through Tyranny, I had to be, just die already. So cards like this that'll automatically KO one of your characters, it sounds weird to say, but these are really good and really powerful. So I'm glad there's another card with an ability like that. Moving on. Trying to run out of room here. Let's straighten this out for a bit. That's better. Okay, so our large character card is one of these guys. Sergeant. Well, first let's show you his bot side. Sergeant Springer, a combiner card. He has 2 different bot modes. One is a leader truck specialist. The other is a leader helicopter specialist, and they have. Oops. Stop so you can cut that. So when he's folded up, you either have the car mode or the helicopter mode, and he has 6 attack, 16 health, and 2 defense on both sides. That's pretty nuts. He's another beefy boy. His car side says, when you flip to this mode, you may scrap an action from your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. And his helicopter mode says, when you flip to this mode, you may scrap an upgrade from your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. And then his full bot mode, which is a leader specialist, with 6 health, 6 attack, 16 health, and 2 defense. When you have 7 or more cards in hand and flip to this mode, you may play an action, then you may play an upgrade. Very interesting ability. And our tiny card is a Weaponizer. TTC HP Oblivio Launcher. It's an upgrade weapon that gives the upgraded character +3 attack. And it says, play this only with TTC HD turret armor. They start the game assembled as Raider Brunt, which you can see is the top half is right here. Bold 1, if this would leave the battlefield, put it in your KO area. And we can see the top half of Raider Brunt with Weaponizer and ranged keywords. Alright, moving into our battle cards. We have Hazardous Shield, an armor upgrade with a black pip. Gives +1 armor and says Revenge. Scrap an enemy weapon or armor. Use a character's revenge abilities when that character is KO'd. So even upgrades can have revenge. If you attach it to a character and it dies, if it has a revenge ability, you'll get 2 for the price of 1 death. We have Hidden Fortification, a secret action with a blue pip that says Reveal when one of your characters defends. When revealed, that character gets tough 3 until end of battle. Wedge Formation. This is an interesting card. It's an action with an orange, black, and green pip. It says repair 1 damage for one of your melee characters. If you have a ranged character on the battlefield, draw a card. If you have a specialist on the battlefield, plan 1. Where you can put 1 card from your hand on top of your deck to stack your next attack or defense. So yeah, this is obviously meant for a team that has a melee, range, and specialist character on it. We have Battlefield Incursion, a action card with a green pip that says deploy a character from under your Trypticon assault base to the battlefield. So this is a Trypticon specific card. We have Sabotage Armaments. We already saw that. And our rare is Toolbox, a utility upgrade with a green pip that says, if damage would be repaired from the upgraded character, instead repair that much damage +1. So it's a little repair boost. For all you I need healers out there. Alright, we have Raider Nova Storm, who has the plain and range keywords, 3 attack, 12 health, and 1 defense. He says, when this has a black upgrade and you flip to this mode, move 1 damage counter from this to an enemy. His bot mode has the range keyword with 5 attack, 12 health, and 0 defense. While this has a black upgrade, she has Pierce 3. I guess Nova Storm's a girl? That's interesting. Okay. Whoop. And our little card is Raider Hyperdrive, a sports car patrol car specialist with 3 attack, 6 health, and 0 defense. It has stealth while untapped, like all these little guys do. And his bot mode has sports car patrol and specialist, 3 attack, 6 health, and 1 defense. Tap him, scrap a blue pip card from your hand, draw 3 cards, then scrap 2 cards from your hand. So you lose, so say you have 3 cards in hand, you lose 1, then you draw 3, and then you scrap 2. So you're back down to 3. So you're not plus or negative, you get to filter through your deck a little bit, but again, it's not really forwarding your game plan as much. Alright, we have an action card with a white pip called Head-On Collision. Choose one of your characters. It gets +3 attack while attacking in alt mode this turn. I like that. Medic's Protective Field, an armor upgrade with a white pip that says, when you put this on a character, repair 1 damage from it, and it gets Safeguard 3. Crowbar, this must be a favorite card of Joker's, not so much of Jason Todd. with 2 black pips. That gives a card +2 attack. When the upgraded character attacks, scrap this card after battle. So it's like another grenade launcher ability. We have Erratic Cannon, a weapon upgrade with an orange pip that says, when the upgraded character attacks and you flip at least 1 white pip, it gets +3 attack until end of battle. We have another energy transfer. And we have Defensive Configuration for our rare, a utility upgrade with an orange pip. That says, the upgraded character has an extra armor slot. When you put this on a character, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an armor, play it onto the upgraded character. That's pretty cool. Good for defensive-focused decks, which there's not a lot of in Transformers. That's one of the few things about the meta that's really hard to play a defense-focused deck, but hopefully with some of the cards released in this wave, we can see more defense-focused decks as opposed to solely offense. Alright, we finally got our first rare. We have Detritus, Arms Dealer, a mercenary card. With the truck and range keywords, with a 6 attack, 14 health, and 1 defense. When you flip to this mode, you may play a black pip card. And his bot mode, which is an arms, which has the range keyword, with 5 attack, 14 health, and 2 defense, says, when this does enough attack damage to KO an enemy, attack damage, remember, use this card's bounty ability. And the bounty is repair 3 damage from this. Now, this is our first rare. There's 4 different rarities: common, uncommon, rare, and super rare, or SRT. If I have one complaint about this game, and it's really my only and biggest one, it is very, very hard to pull secret rares. And I know that sounds kind of counterproductive. Of course, they should be hard to pull, but ever since Wave 1, the ratio for pulling even rare cards, let alone a secret rare, is very, very skewed. This really affects the secondary market, where secret rare cards can be up to $100. And it's like, you know, I understand you want to make them valuable, but there's a lot of other games that have high rarity cards, so you don't have to, like, pull a miracle just to get one secret rare in an entire box. I've been pretty lucky in that basically every box that I've gotten so far has had at least one secret rare in it, but, you know, there's a lot of people that don't, and that kind of sucks when you spend the money for an entire booster box and don't even get one secret rare. Heck, you may only get a few of the rares. So that is one thing to keep in mind when playing this game. Rares are very hard to come by. Our tiny card is Private Sidetrack, a Battle Patrol tank ranged, yes, keywords, with 1 attack, 3 health, and 3 defense. So he's a tough boy, but a wimpy boy. He has Stealth while untapped. His bot mode has Battle Patrol and Melee with 2 attack, 3 health, and 3 defense. Tap him. Scrap a orange card from your hand. Scrap the top 4 cards of your deck. Put all upgrades scrapped from your deck this way into your hand. So it's like a little mini treasure hunt. Alright. Our battle cards are starting with Fight for Position, an action card with a orange and black pip. It says, one of your characters gets bold 2 until end of turn. We have another Kinetic Converter. Have another Soldier's Blaster. We have a secret action, Swerve, with a white and black pip. Little yin-yang going on there. Reveal, when one of your characters in bot mode defends. When revealed, flip that character to alt mode. We have New Orders, a black pip action card that says, untap one of your characters that has 6 stars or fewer. And remember, when you always attack at the end of the turn, and you attack with as many untapped characters as you have. So the ability to untap a card, even if it's a smaller one with 6 stars or less, that can mean a lot. And our rare is Multi-Missile Pod, a weapon upgrade with a blue pip that says, put on planes or helicopters only. Up to 3 multi-missile pods can fit in 1 weapon slot, hence the name. When the upgraded character attacks, you may scrap this. If you do damage to each enemy equal to the number of multi-missile pods scrapped from the upgraded character this battle. So it's a nice way to do a little ping damage right after you attack. Or before you attack, rather. Alright, it would have been funny if I pulled a secret rare after doing that whole spiel, but no. We got Sergeant Crosshair with the tank and range keywords, and 5 attack, 12 health, and 1 defense. This has 2 armor slots. When you flip to this mode, move 2 damage counters from this to one of your Battle Master characters. Again, sometimes it's hard to kill these buggers, so if you got a Battle Master focused strategy, this is a great card to have in your deck. Deal a couple extra damage, might be enough to kill the little bastard. And then his bot side, sorry, I don't know if I should have said that, with a ranged keyword and 6 attack, 12 health, and 0 defense. This has 2 armor slots. While this has a Battle Master upgrade, it gets +2. So if your Battle Master gives him defense as well, you're looking at a 3 defense card or more with 6 base attack. I like that. Our Battle Master is Raider Sights. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this card. It is a Battle Master with ranged keywords, 3 attack, 9 health, and 1 defense. Says, focus 1. Before flipping battle cards when battling, look at the top card of your deck. You may scrap it. A Battle Master begins in bot mode and can't flip. When it's KO'd, play its upgrade side. And that upgrade side is Multi-Maneuver Glider Wings. It gives your character +1 attack and +1 defense. You don't see a lot of those. And has Focus 2, so you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck and scrap them before attacking. Or battling, so it's attacking or defending. If this would leave the battlefield, put it in your KO area instead. Moving on to the battlefield. Battle cards, rather. We have Terrifying Resilience. I think we already saw this card. It is a orange and black pip armor upgrade. Can't be put on Autobots and has Tough 2. We have Designated Target, an action with 2 black pips. That says each of your characters gets Pierce 2 until end of turn. We have Kinetic Intensifier Whip, an weapon upgrade with a white pip that says it gives +1 attack. When you flip the upgraded character to another mode, it gets Bold 2. I like that. So you get +1 attack, and if you flip it to another mode, like a Grimlock, who already gives himself Bold, if you flip him on the right side, you could be looking at Bold 5 and +1 attack. Might be time to bust out Grimlock again. I just want an excuse to play him again. We have Dual Wield, an action with 2 black pips. One of your characters gets an extra weapon slot until end of turn. If that character is a mercenary, you may play a weapon from your scrap pile onto it. And you can tell that this is a mercenary-specific card, because just like Autobots and Decepticons, it has the symbol. So, obviously, it's a mercenary card. If you already have a weapon or you don't, you get an extra slot, and you can directly play something from your discard pile. I don't know, I'm liking the idea of mercenaries more and more. I think I might build a deck. Maybe we'll do a deck profile on the channel. We'll see. We have another Adaptive Plating. And our rare is Relentless Invasion, an action card with a white, blue, and orange pip. It says, if you have Triptychon assault base on the battlefield, put Full Tilt, Wipeout, and Brunt from your KO area, holy crap, onto the battlefield fully repaired. The characters put on the battlefield this way attack this turn. Holy! At the end of turn, put each of those characters that are still under the battlefield under Triptychon. This card is nuts. This literally makes Triptychon like super viable. So if you've okay, this is what I was saying before. Is like, I don't know about when you have to KO all your characters. This makes it right here. It doesn't have a green pip, so that might have been a little too broken actually. But if all of your characters are in the discard, you get to bring them back, attack with them, and then put them back under Triptychon so you can play them again later. Holy crap! This card is amazing. This makes Triptychon viable. I might want to build a Triptychon deck now. This is fantastic. Alright. Moving on to our next one. Almost through the first 15 packs. Right, we have everyone's favorite faction, the Insecticons with Raider Chop Shop. He's an Insecticon with melee. 4 attack, 11 health, and 1 defense. He says, when you flip to this mode, you may scrap a green pip card from your hand. If you do, repair 1 damage from each of your characters. If the scrapped card has no other battle icons, repair 1 more damage to each of your characters. And his bot mode has Insecticon and Melee again, with 5 attack, 11 health, and 1 defense. He says, when this attacks and you flip at least 1 green pip card, repair 1 damage from this. So Insecticons continue to be annoying. Our little card is a Spy Patrol Raider Bat Rat. He has 0 attack, 10 health, and 2 defense. Revenge. Choose a battle icon color. Then look at your opponent's hand and scrap a card from it that has a battle icon of that color. And his bot mode has Spy Patrol and Ranged with 3 attack, 10 health, and 1 defense. Pretty good for one of these tiny cards. Tap. Reveal the top card of your deck. Repair 1 damage from each of your characters for each different color among that card's battle icons. So definitely promoting a deck with a lot of multicolor battle icon cards. Let's get into our battle card pack. We have another head-on collision. We have Hazardous Shield and Armor Upgrade with a black pip that gives +1 defense. It says Revenge, scrap an enemy weapon or armor. So when the character dies, it'll kill a weapon or armor. Another Medic's Protective Field. Even the Score, a double orange, well, I always like those, secret action card that says, reveal when one of your Decepticons takes more than enough attack damage to be KO'd. When revealed, do the extra attack damage to the attacker, then put this card in your KO area. So, this is a good counter pick for cards like Grimlock and Trypticon that do a butt-ton of damage that want to carry it over. It's like, hey, that extra damage you wanted to put on my buddy here, it's going to you. I really like this card. Obviously, you have to know when to play it, and you have to make sure that the character is going to die, otherwise you wasted it. We have Immersed in Shadow, a utility upgrade with an orange and black pip that says the upgraded character has stealth while untapped. And our rare is Valuable Contract, a mercenary card with a black pip. It is a utility upgrade that says, when the upgraded character does enough attack damage to kill an enemy, KO an enemy, use this card's bounty ability. Bounty, choose a battle card you own from outside the game. Oh, I love cards like these. That has exactly 1 star and put it in your hand. So, Magic has a couple cards like these. These cards are nuts because it says outside the game. Outside the game means literally anywhere. It doesn't even have to be in your sideboard. It can be upstairs in your room. It can be in your box in your backpack, and you can grab it and put it in your hand. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, because how it works in Magic. So this basically gives you an extra sideboard card that you don't have to put in your sideboard. I'm liking Mercenaries the more and more I see of them. And that's a very sneaky, tricky thing to do, which would fit a group of scoundrels like Mercenaries. Alrighty. Our big card is a Combiner. Specialist Sandstorm. We see his front side, one of his front sides with Car and Melee, 6 attack, 15 health, 1 defense. And his helicopter side with Helicopter and Ranged, 6 attack, 15 health, 1 defense. Helicopter mode said, when this is defending against a ranged character, it gets +2 defense. And his car side says, when attacking a melee character, it gets +2 attack. And then his big boy mode, which we can see here, Specialist Sandstorm, really cool art, Specialist. I mean, it'd be weird if he wasn't a Specialist, right? 6 attack, 15 health, 1 defense. When you flip to this mode, do 1 damage to an enemy specialist. Very, very cool. So yeah, these are the triple changer cards. Basically gives you the option to flip from one mode, another mode, or one of these modes. And you can see because it has little icons here that usually say what the attack and defense on the other side is. It has 1 arrow pointing this way and 1 arrow pointing that way. So another new card added to the game. Very, very cool. We have another Spy Patrol, Raider Rumble, 0 attack, 11 health, 0 defense. Revenge, do 2 damage to an enemy. His bot mode has Spy Patrol and Melee. Has 4 attack, 11 health, 0 defense. Really good attack for one of these small guys. Tap, return an upgrade on a character to its owner's hand. Going to the battle cards now. Have another War of Attrition. Another Terrifying Resilience. Another Designated Target. Another Blast Suit. And another Sturdy Javelin. And our rare is the other endgame card, this time for the Decepticons, called Overwhelming Advantage. Remember how I said Daring Escape was the endgame card for the Autobots? This is it for the Decepticons. It has an orange and green pip, like I said. For each Decepticon you have on the battlefield, plan 1. Put a card from your hand on top of your deck. When one of your characters attacks this turn, again, remember, you get to put cards on the top of your deck from the first sentence. If its upgrades include at least white, orange, black, blue, and green, and you flip at least white, orange, black, blue, and green, do 15 damage to an enemy. So that basically means if your character has every possible battle icon on it, and your flips have every possible battle icon on it, 15 damage, just right to the face. It's very thematically appropriate for the Decepticons, who are all about power and oppression. And it's not easy to pull off. It's easier than Daring Escape, but then it should be because it's not an instant win victory. But 15 damage, that'll pretty much kill any character that isn't a real beefy boy. Like 16 health and up characters aren't super common to come by. I mean, even against someone like Trypticon, that's, you know, like almost half their health or a third of their health. That's a lot of damage. So very cool ability. Oh, we have our other Skytread card. We have Skytread Plane with the plane and range keywords with 4 attack, 10 health, and 0 defense. Revenge. If you have Skytread Tank on the battlefield or in your KO area, you may combine this with him into Raider Skytread. If you do, put the cards from your hand face down under Raider Skytread. So, let's go back and find Raider Skytread. He was near the beginning, I believe. Alright, so we have Skytread Plane and Skytread Tank, and together they become Raider Skytread. How cool is that? It's one of the great things about this game. Again, big boy, 18 health. Overwhelming Advantage would leave him with 3. Our small card is, oh yeah, this thing. Private Turbo Board, a Battlemaster Specialist with 2 attack, 12 health, and 0 defense. This is like one of the goofiest sci-fi things in Transformers. It's a worm skateboard. In bot mode, your opponent can't play more than 2 cards during their turn. That is very important because there are a lot of cards that cheat out extra actions per turn, like playing another upgrade, playing another weapon, playing another action. This says no to that, and those strategies are very prevalent. So to have a card like this might be a very good sideboard option for a lot of decks. And when he dies, he comes back as Anti-Gravity Turbo Pack. Gives +1 attack and +1 defense. And he says, when the upgraded character attacks and you flip at least a blue and an orange, after the battle you may play one of the blue or orange cards you flipped. If this would leave the battlefield, put it in your KO area instead. Very cool. Let's take a look at our battle cards. Have another Hidden Fortification, another Kinetic Converter, another Reprocess, Contract Contingency, another Mercenary Action card with 2 black pips. It says, choose one of your characters. It gets +2 attack until end of turn. When the chosen character does 4 or more attack damage to an enemy this turn without KOing it, use one of the chosen character's bounty abilities. So this lets you cheat out the bounty abilities and use it when you didn't KO an enemy. Very good, cool to have. Again, Mercenary's looking real sweet. We have another Acute Reflexes. And our rare is Jam Signals. Again, a lot of rare secret actions. They're really pushing these. An orange pip secret action that says reveal when your opponent plays a blue action, like Brainstorm, which is why Wheeljack's on it. When revealed, scrap that action and it has no effect. This is the most trap card of these quasi-trap cards I think they've done. This is a direct counter to cards like Brainstorm, and that is a very good card to have because there's a lot of good decks that use cards like that. Alright, 3 more packs to go and we'll open half our box. Okay, so we have Sergeant Barricade. He has car melee keywords with 4 attack, 12 health, and 2 defense. When you flip to this mode, you may play a battle card from under this. And his bot mode has melee with 5 attack, 12 health, and 1 defense. And it says, when this battles and has no battle cards under him, after the battle, put one of your flip battle cards that has no battle icons under it under this instead of putting it in your scrap pile. Very interesting. We have our small card is Private Powertrain with the Off-Road Patrol, Leader, Truck, and Melee keywords. 3 attack, 8 health, 2 defense. Has stealth while untapped, and each of your off-road patrols, including himself, has bold 1. A lot of these don't include themselves in that, so that's good. His bot mode has Leader, Off-Road Patrol, and Melee with 2 attack, 8 health, and 2 defense. And it says, this has +1 attack and defense for each off-road patrol in your KO area. That's why he is the leader of the off-road patrol. Our battle cards, we have another Stable Cover, another Head-On Collision, another Special Delivery, another Decipher. We have another Battlefield Incursion for our Trypticon deck, and our rare is Composite Armor, an armor upgrade, obviously, with an orange and black pip. That says, put on tanks only, tank support, not a lot of that, glad to see more. When the upgraded character defends, scrap this card after the battle. Then, if you flipped at least 1 black pip card that battle, do 1 damage to the attacker. So, very good, obviously, for tank decks. Like I said, it's nice to see them get more support. Alright. Our character card is Raider Spinister, with the helicopter and range keywords, 3 attack, 13 health, 1 defense. He says, this has 2 weapon slots. When this has a Battle Master upgrade, it has +3 attack. Holy moly. And his bot mode has ranged with 4 attack, 13 health, and 1 defense. It has 2 weapon slots. When you flip to this mode, one of your Battle Master characters gets +3 attack on the end of a turn. So obviously, great synergy of Battle Master cards. Having a 6 attack on your alt side, not including the 2 weapon upgrades you can put on this bad boy, like a grenade launcher. Holy moly, that's a lot of damage. And we have our small card is another Private Sea Watch. Going into our battle packs. We have another Soldier's Blaster, Medic's Protective Field, Terrifying Resilience, Dual Wield, Sabotaged Armaments, and our rare is Opportune Repairs, a blue-black action card that says, play this only if you had a mercenary on your starting team. Repair 3 damage from one of your Autobots. Huh, interesting. So it's a mercenary and Autobot card. But hey, everyone needs a mercenary, whether you're a good guy or not. Although it is a little morally questionable. I like that. Nice little flavor to that card. And the last of our first half is... Holy crap! We did it, everyone! We pulled a secret rare! Lord Megatron! Look at this bad boy. Leader, tank, and ranged with 6 attack, 17 health, and 3 defense. He says when you flip to this mode, your opponent scraps a number of cards from the top of their deck equal to this character's defense total. And his attack side, in all his glory, which is the art that's on the box of the booster packs, 4 attack, 17 health, 2 defense. When your opponent reshuffles their deck, they choose one of their characters and do damage to it equal to this character's attack total. I am so happy we pulled a secret rare. Like I said, it's hard to do. I've been pretty lucky, and it looks like that trend continues. Oh man, everything else is just kind of whatever after that, isn't it? So we have a Weaponizer, MTX M2 Anti-Gravity Cannon. These names are a mouthful. With +1 attack. Play this only with MTX S2A Guided Missile Launcher, They start the game assembled as Sergeant 6 Gun, Pierce 4. This would leave the battlefield, put it in your KO area instead. And we can see the effect text for Sergeant 6 Gun. 4 attack, 10 health, 1 defense. It says, when this attacks, you may scrap a weapon from your hand that has plus attack in its stat box. If you do, this card gets that much attack until end of turn. Wow. So you get the benefit of cards that say things like, gets +2, gets +3, without having to actually play it. So this gets around only being able to play like 1 upgrade per turn. Basically lets you play 2 by discarding it. I really like that card. Our battle cards are Kinetic Intensifier Whip, Wedge Formation, Reprocess, Immersed in Shadow, Emergency Transfer, and look at this, another overwhelming advantage. Is somebody trying to tell me something? I don't know. Alright, so that is the first 15 packs of our Siege 2 booster box. We'll see you back in part 2 or maybe 3, depends on how this edit goes, for the rest of our booster box unopening. We'll see you then. Hey everyone, welcome back to the final part of our Siege 2 War for Cybertron unboxing. I just realized that Super Rare Megatron was the last pack, which means it was at the absolute bottom of one of the sides of the box. Interesting. I wonder if that's a common thing throughout the boxes. So, let's start off with our the second half of our box. And we have Private Smokescreen with the car and range keywords. 4 attack, 11 health, 1 defense. He says Safeguard 3, pretty straightforward. His bot side has ranged, 4 attack, 11 health, 1 defense. Focus 1 before flipping cards when battling. Look at the top card of your deck. You may scrap it. While this has a white pip upgrade, this has +1 attack and +1 defense, which would make him a 5/2. Nothing to sneeze at. And our little card is Raider Night Flight, an airstrike patrol. Did we already get this guy? Yeah, we already got this guy, so we're just going to skip through him. Dan, you can cut that part out. Going into our battle cards. We have another Fight for Position, Head-on Collision, Minor Medic Kit, Even the Score, Blast Suit, and our rare is Coup, a Black Pip Secret Action. Reveal when a character is KO'd. When revealed, use a bounty ability of one of your cards on the battlefield. So this could be a mercenary card that was KO'd, or anything like that. Well, it says when a character is KO'd. It doesn't necessarily mean your character. Now, obviously, that would normally be the case since you'll be using it on your opponent's turn. But if there's some kind of ability that deals direct damage on your opponent's turn, it could also work when you KO one of their characters through indirect damage. Or if they have cards like Peace Through Tyranny or like Triptychon when they KO their own card. So this is a pretty sneaky card that lets you cheat out another bounty ability. I like that. I like the idea of these mercenary cards, trying to figure out as many ways to get their bounties out without actually KOing a character. So it's, again, a lot of flavor in these cards. They're trying to get their bounties without actually doing the work. I like that. All right, next up we have another Sergeant Barricade, who we saw before. We have another Raider Rumble. Starting to see a lot of repeats here, but we're 17 packs in now. It's bound to happen. Looking at our battle cards. Have a Medic's Protective Field. A Hidden Fortification. Unflinching Courage. Ooh, I don't think we've gotten this card yet. This is one I really like. Indestructible Sword. I don't think we've gotten this yet. It's a weapon upgrade with 2 black pips. When this is scrapped from a character, return it to your hand. So all those cards that say, oh, I'm going to blow up your weapon card. I got it back. Ha ha ha. Sabotage Armaments. Can you tell I'm a little petty with my card games? And we have our rare Opportune Offensive, a black and blue action card. It says, play this only if you had a mercenary on your starting team. And this, one of your Decepticons gets +3 attack and Pierce 3 until end of turn. So Opportune Repair was the mercenary card that works with Autobots. This is the mercenary card that works with Decepticons. I like that. In case you want to mix and match your teams. Because, you know, there's cards like Flame War, who by herself aren't great, but she works well with other powerful cards, like Optimus Prime Battlefield Legends. So, you know, could be some synergy there, too. I like that line of thinking. Design team for this game does a really good job. Alright, so we have another Raider Spinister, our big weapon boy. We have another Private Turbo Board, the Worm Skateboard. It's a giant worm, Dom! He's riding a giant worm! Our battle cards, we have Crowbar! Points if you got that reference. Designated Target. War of Attrition. Battlefield Incursion. Now I've got 3 of these. That's good for Triptychon. Erratic Cannon. I don't know if we've gotten this one yet. It's a weapon upgrade with an orange pip. It says, when the upgraded character attacks and you flip at least a blue, it gets +3 until end of turn. I really like that. And our rare is Pincer Movement, a blue and orange action card. That says, when one of your Decepticons attacks an enemy this turn, you get an extra attack this turn, but only with one of your other Decepticons against the same enemy. Ooh, I really like this. Again, since this is the end of the war, these abilities are getting real tribal with Autobots, Decepticons, Mercenaries. So this basically says, like, if your opponent has, like, this is great if your opponent only has 1 character left, you get an extra attack against that same character. So you can attack it, you play this card, attack the 1 card that's left, and then get an extra attack with another Decepticon. I really like this. This is very oppressive, very fitting for the Decepticons. Okay, so we have another Sergeant Sandstorm, the triple changer. Let's see here. There you go. We have another Private Sea-Watch. Seeing quite a bit of this guy. Our Bateau Carda. Another Hazardous Shield. Another Terrifying Resilience. Another Kinetic Converter. Another Energy Transfer. Another Adaptive Plating. And oh, good! Another Daring Escape. I'm hoping I get 1 more of these so I can get a full playset. I really want to start tinkering around with making a good deck out of that. Might be a futile effort, but I want to try anyway. And you can't stop me! You can stop me from opening this pack, though. Jeez. Okay. Ooh! Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so we have the Mercenary Triple Changer card. I think someone's telling me to run Mercenaries. So, we have both of his alt modes, Alt 1 and Alt 2, for Octone, the Capricious Agitator. We have his Truck and Melee mode, which has 5 attack, 17 health, and 2 defense. Holy moly, this guy's beefy. When you flip to this mode, your opponent chooses one of their Autobots and does 1 damage to it. This has +3 attack while attacking an Autobot. This means it has +8 when attacking an Autobot. And if you don't know, the meta is almost completely dominated by Autobots. So this is ridiculously good. I have a feeling I know what the other side does. With plain and ranged, 5 attack, 17 health, 2 defense. When you flip to this mode, your opponent chooses one of their Decepticons and does 1 damage to it. This has +3 attack while attacking the Decepticon. I really like this card. This may be the final nail in the coffin for the decision me build Mercenaries. And his bot mode has ranged with 6 attack, 17 health, and 2 defense. I like a guy who can take a little bit of damage, that's all I'm saying. When this does enough attack damage to KO an enemy, use this card's bounty ability. bounty. Do 2 damage to an enemy. So this guy is all direct damage and specifically screwing over Autobots and Decepticons. I love it. I love this card. Alright, we have another Private Sidetrack. Did it? One of the Battle Patrollers. Let's take a look at our battle cards. Have another Guarded Posture. Showing Off. Stable Cover. Decipher. Acute Reflexes. And we're finally seeing some repeat rare cards. We have another Backfire, the Secret Action. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, wow, you're getting a lot of duplicates now, Kevin. Well, we are, like I said, almost 20 packs deep, or we may be 20 packs by this point. This is a small set. Wave 4 is only 64 cards. So you're going to see a lot of repeats when you start cracking packs like this. But that's a good thing, because, you know, you want to make sure you have multiples to get play sets like Daring Escape and whatnot. Ooh, yeah! Okay. We have the Omega Supreme Spaceship. This is one part of the giant Omega Supreme card. This is a rare. And you can see right here on the back part that this is literally only 1/4 of the giant city-sized Autobot Omega Supreme. So let's look at his spaceship side. Has the spaceship and ranged keywords. Would be weird if he didn't. 4 attack, 12 health, and 0 defense. When this attacks, you may scrap 2 cards from your hand. If you do, scrap an enemy upgrade. When your opponent reshuffles their deck, if you have Omega Supreme Tank and Omega Supreme Base on the battlefield or in your KO area, combine them with this into Captain Omega Supreme. Captain. So yeah, that's really cool. We have another TTC HP Oblivio launcher. Haven't gotten the turret armor yet to make Raider Brunt, but you can see there's that top half of Raider Brunt again. Maybe if I get this freaking thing open, jeez. Ah, good lord. Okay. We have another Soldier's Blaster. Special Delivery. Terrifying Resilience. New Orders. Immersed in Shadow. And this is a new one. Crude Club. A weapon upgrade with a blue pip. That says the upgraded character has +1 attack on it for each upgrade on it. Wow, and remember we saw a couple of cards that lets you put multiple weapons on your character. So that'd be a good card for decks like that. You can stack up the attack real quick. Now, as good as Bold and stuff is, it's still partially up to chance. It's really good to have just raw attack. Okay, we have another Sergeant Crosshair. Speaking of people with 2 weapon slots, here's the 2 armor slot guy. Private High Jump, another off-road patroller with off-road patrol, truck, and melee. He has 3 attacks, 6 health, and 1 defense. He said he has stealth while untapped, like they all do. And his bot mode has off-road patrol and melee, 3 attack, 6 health, 1 defense. And he says, tap, scrap a black pip card and another card from your hand, draw 2 cards. Oh, we already saw this guy, so skip over that one, Dan. So yeah, there's a lot of these little cards that have abilities that say scrap a particular colored battle icon to gain an ability. I wonder what a deck would be like with all of those. Fight for position. Wedge formation. Guarded posture. Increased durability. I love the art of this little tank, like, you ain't touching me. Point position. And, oh, I don't think we've actually had point position yet, have we? Now, if we didn't, it's an upgrade utility with a black and blue pip that says the upgraded character has Brave. Brave is the opposite of Stealth. Brave says enemies attack the upgraded character if able, so everyone attacks the card with Brave. And we have another Relentless Invasion. That's 2 of 3 I would need for Triptychon. We have a very shiny pack here. We've got another Raider Nova Storm and another Private Sunrunner. So it's funny, we got two of the big glowy sun boys in this one pack. That's funny. We're going to go into the battle cards now. Have another Showing Off, Unflinching Courage, Crowbar, another Increased Durability, another Plunder. Oh, this is new, Plunder. Holy moly, it's got 3 black pips on it. I don't think I've ever seen a card with 3 of the same colored pips on it. It's an action, and it says your opponent chooses 3 cards from their hand and reveals them. You scrap one of them. I like this in Mercenaries. Holy moly, that's awesome. And this is Shoulder Holster, a utility upgrade with a blue pip. This goes into the weapon card we were talking about before. The upgraded character has an extra weapon slot. When you put this on a character, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a weapon, play it on the upgraded character. I like the idea of a mercenary deck with lots of weapon support. That might be what I start building. Okay. Right, speaking of mercenaries, we got another one. We have Mudflap, Hired Muscle, with the truck and ranged keywords. You don't see a lot of ranged trucks. 5 attack, 12 health, 1 defense. It says, when you flip to this mode, plan 1. Put 1 card from your hand on top of your deck. And his bot mode has ranged, 4 attack, 12 health, 2 defense. When this doesn't have attack damage to KO an enemy, use this card's bounty ability. Bounty, reveal the top card of your deck. You may play it. It's probably not going to make it into the final mercenary lineup. Kind of lackluster. Oh, and we have the top half of Sergeant Six Gun. Remember him? We have the M2X S2A guided missile launcher, plus 3 attack to the equipped character. It says play this only with the M2X M2 anti-gravity cannon. They start the game assembled as Sergeant Six Gun. This can be in an armor or utility slot. If this would leave the battlefield, put it in your KO area instead. And we can see the top half of Sergeant Six Gun here. Awesome. And then our battle cards. Alright, we have Guarded Posture, Kinetic Intensifier Whip, Wedge Formation, Decipher, Point Position, and another Opportune Repairs, the Mercenary Autobot combo card. Alright, we have Raider Apeface, another triple changer. So let's check his first alt mode. He is plain and ranged with 5 attack, 14 health, and 1 defense. While this is undamaged, he has Focus 1 before flipping battle cards when battling, either attacking or defending, remember. Look at the top card of your deck, you may scrap it. His Beast and Melee mode with 5 attack, 14 health, and 1 defense. Interesting, the Beast keyword. Is that a hint towards something in the future? I hope so. While this has 1 to 9 damage counters, that's very specific, he has Bold 2. And his full bot mode, we can see right here, he has the ranged keyword, 5 attack, 14 health, 1 defense. While this has 10 or more damage counters, he has Tough 3. Interesting. So he gains abilities the more damage counters he has on him. Don't think you've seen a card like that before. Our little card is an Airstrike Patrol, Raider Tailwind, with the Airstrike Patrol plain and range keywords. He has 3 attack, 8 health, and 1 defense. He has Stealth while untapped, and when one of your Airstrike Patrols battles and you flip at least 1 green pip card, it gets plus 2 attack and 1 defense until end of battle. Wow. And his bot mode has Airstrike Patrol and ranged, 3 attack, 8 health, 1 defense. And he says this has plus 1 attack and plus 1 defense for each Airstrike Patrol in your KO area. So they know that a lot of those cards are going to get KO'd because they're not the toughest, but the more you put in your KO pile, the stronger your other cards get. Interesting strategy. Don't know how much I like it, but it's interesting. We have Stable Cover, Fight for Position, Special Delivery, Battlefield Incursion, Indestructible Sword, and another rare secret action, Overheat with a white pip. Reveal: when an enemy attacks, your opponent flips 7 or more battle cards, which sounds like a lot, but it happens a lot more than you might think. When revealed, this battle, orange doesn't add to attack, and black doesn't give pierce. Wow, so this screws decks like my Dinobot one right over. So basically, when they flip all those cards trying to get all that attack and pierce, they don't get none of it. So basically, for decks like that that focus on flipping a lot of battle cards, it basically makes their attack moot for the turn. I really like that. Again, it's better to have attack than bold bold. Alright, and we have another Insecticon Raider Kickback with Insecticon and Specialist, 4 attack, 8 health, 0 defense. When this defends, flip 1 more battle card for each Insecticon that was on your starting team. And his bot mode has Insecticon and Specialist, 4 attack, 9 health, 1 defense. When one of your Insecticons attacks and you flip at least 1 blue pip, do 1 damage to the defender. So this is like the defense version of Kickback from the previous set that did the same thing for attacking and had 0 attack. And our small card is a Rescue Patrol, Private Fix-It, Rescue Patrol Truck and Specialist, 3 attack, 6 health, 1 defense. Has Stealth while untapped. His bot mode is Rescue Patrol and Specialist, 3 attack, 6 health, 1 defense, and he says, tap, scrap a white battle pip card from your hand, can be anything. Each player scraps their hand and draws 4 cards. Wow, that's probably the best one of those abilities we've seen so far. Especially if your opponent has a high hand size. Just bring them right back down to 4. If they have a high and you have a low, that's great. We have another Minor Medic Kit, another Soldier's Blaster, another Kinetic Intensifier Whip, another Heroic Resolve, another Plunder, and another Composite Armor. Alright, we've only got 4 more packs to go. Maybe we can squeeze 1 more rare in? Probably not. I don't want to get greedy here. It's not greedy to ask for another secret rare, right? It would have been hilarious if this was a secret rare. Nope, it's another Raider Chop Shop, the Insecticon. And we have a Battlemaster card, Shadow Steel Ice Blade. This is the sister card to Private Lionizer from Wave 3. This gives +3 attack to the upgraded character. When you put this on a character, repair 3 damage from it. When it's removed from a character, do 3 damage to it. If this would leave the battlefield, put it in your KO area instead. Oh, sorry, that's the weapon side. I forgot to read the Battlemaster side first. Private Dazzle Strike. See, it makes more sense now that I said that first. Battlemaster with melee, 3 attack, 9 health, and 1 defense. Enemies can't use Brave, so you're allowed to attack whatever the heck you want. And a Battlemaster begins in bot mode and can't flip. When it's KO'd, you play its upgrade side, which we already showed you. Even though I got it backwards. It's late and I'm tired. There we go. Alright, we have another Reprocess. Wedge Formation. Head-on Collision. Ooh, nice. Another Contract Contingency. Sturdy Javelin. And our rare is 4-Wheel Drive. The first card in the set, a blue action. Just notice that it was, said 1 right here. Sorry, hit the mic. Choose one of your characters. Until end of turn, its base attack is 7 as long as it's a truck. Ooh, boy. So even the little weenie trucks get to be 7 attack. That's real good. Ooh, we have another mercenary card. Deadlock. Ooh, I like this guy's art. Soldier of Fortune. Car and range keyword. 5 attack, 12 health, 0 defense. Stealth. Against Autobots and Decepticons. Wow. So Autobots and Decepticons cannot attack him if they have other options available. Ooh, and when you flip to this mode, Autobots and Decepticons can't use Stealth. Interesting. So other Autobots and Decepticons can't attack him, but he can attack Autobots and Decepticons. I like this. And his bot mode has ranged on it with 4 attack, 12 health, and 0 defense. When this does enough attack damage to KO an enemy, use this card's bounty ability. Flip this and draw 2 cards. Very cool. Raider Blackjack is our tiny card. He has Leader, Sports Car Patrol, Car and Melee with 3 attack, 8 health, and 0 defense. He has Stealth while untapped, and when one of your Sports Car Patrols becomes untapped, repair 1 damage from it, which can happen either by your own abilities or just through the natural course of the game by untapping. Keep that in mind. His bot side has Leader, Sports Car Patrol, and Melee. 3 attack, 8 health, 1 defense. Just like the other patrols, he has +1 attack and +1 defense for each Sports Car Patrol in your KO area. Cool abilities, but I don't know how viable decks of just those dudes would be by themselves. I have a feeling that even with all their bonus abilities, they would get KO'd pretty easily. Our battle cards are Fight for Position, Minor Medic Kit, Medic's Protective Field, a lot of medic stuff, Even the Score, Blast Suit, and our rare is another Q. Very cool. Okay. Alright, I was right. We got another rare. How awesome is that? Sergeant Thundercracker. A plain and ranged with 4 attack, 14 health, and 2 defense. When you flip to this mode, reveal the top card of your deck. For each black pip it has, move a damage counter from one of your planes to an enemy. And his bot side has ranged, 6 attack, 14 health, and 1 defense. When this attacks and you flip at least a black pip card, 1 black pip card, your opponent chooses a number of cards from their hand equal to the number of black pips you flipped and reveals them. You scrap one of them. Very interesting effect. I like that. And our tiny card is another Raider Rumble. I think we've seen, this is the 3rd one of him we've seen. Right, we have another Hidden Fortification, another Unflinching Courage, another Crowbar, another Indestructible Sword, another Sabotaged Armaments, and another Opportune Offensive, the Mercenary Decepticon card. Alright, we are down to our last booster pack. The bottom one had a secret rare. Does this bottom one have a secret rare? I doubt it, but that'd be cool, wouldn't it? Yep, no such luck. We can't get greedy, but we did get another triple changer. We got Captain Astrotrain. So we can see on this, his alt mode 1 is a Leader, Spaceship, and Specialist with 5 attack, 14 health, and 2 defense. I really like these triple changers. When this has at least 1 upgrade and defends, he gets +1 defense until end of turn. His alternate mode, he goes from a spaceship to a train. That's funny. Goes from like the most basic form of locomotion to the most advanced. Leader, Train, Specialist with 6 attack, 14 health, and 1 defense. While this has at least 2 upgrades and attacks, he gets +2 attack until end of turn. And his bot mode has Leader and Specialist. 6 attack, 14 health, 1 defense. When this has at least 3 upgrades and battles, he gets +3 attack and +3 defense until end of turn. Wow. So that means if he has 3 upgrades, he is a 9/4, not counting for the upgrades he already has on him. Holy guacamole. Again, there seems to be a focus away from bold and tough abilities and just increasing stats raw, which I think is better overall from a gameplay perspective. So we have Designated Target, War of Attrition, Hazardous Shield, Battlefield Incursion, Erratic Cannon, and another Pincer Movement. Alright, so we've opened all 30 booster packs. Let's take a look at all of the rare and shiny cards together and see what it looks like. Alright, we can see all our rare and shiny characters here together. We have the Box Topper Trypticon with his 3 grunts. We have 2 of the top halves of Raider Brunt. You can see there. We have all of Sergeant Six Gun. We have our triple changers, Raider Apeface, Specialist Sandstorm, Captain Astrotrain, and Octone. And then we have our regular rares, Omega Supreme Spaceship, Sergeant Thundercracker, Detritus. We have both halves of Raider Skytread, and the one, the only, Lord Megatron. So as we can see here, even though I did get lucky, admittedly, getting that secret rare, this is a lot of rares and shiny stuff to play around with for one box. Alright, and here are our rare battle cards. We can see all the one-ofs here. Got some good stuff like Shoulder Holster and Involuntary Promotion. And then we have our two-ofs. We have two of each of the Mercenary, Autobot, and Decepticon combo cards. We got two of each of the End of War cards, Overwhelming Advantage and Daring Escape. I'll have to get a third one of those myself. And then we can see everything else we got here. So, something I didn't realize when I was opening my packs, remember that Octone, the Triple Changer Mercenary card? And I was like, holy crap, this card is great. Gets +3 against Autobots, +3 against Decepticons. I'm like, this card's really good. I didn't realize that it's a secret rare. I pulled 2 SRTs in one box. That's never happened before. There's been, people that have gotten these, random god boxes where they were just, horribly mispackaged and ended up with, a crazy amount of SRTs. That's never happened to me before, but as far as, getting a legitimate, organized box and pulling 2 SRTs, I am absolutely thrilled with that. So, that was Siege 2 War for Cybertron, the newest set for the Transformers trading card game. As I said, organized play is almost over. The final event of the year is at PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia in December. There will be a last chance qualifier event before the main event on Saturday, so if you're in the Philly area near, or if you're willing to travel, you still have a chance to enter the main tournament for the big cash prize. So there is an option available to you there. I already have my invite. I unfortunately won't be able to go. I know, sad, but it is what it is. But I was very happy that I was able to get the invite in the first place. But, so yeah, that's the Transformers trading card game. This is the first piece of Transformers content that we're putting on Metamaniacs. So I hope you enjoy it. If you want to see more Transformers content, like deck profiles, match videos, etc., like we do for all of the other games on the site, definitely let us know, because I'm a big fan of the game. I know there's a lot of other fans out there who have been asking for Transformers content. If you want to see more of this, let us know. Unfortunately, there's no giveaway for Transformers, but we definitely want to give a big, huge shout out and thank you to Hasbro Games for providing us the booster box so that we could open it and show it to all you lovely people. And check your friendly local game store. It's free for stores to get organized play support from Hasbro. You missed the window for Wave 4. What happened with this set and the last one was stores could get organized play products that would be for entry, for top placers, for pre-release events, and there have been some pretty good cards in those. The pre-release entry promo for Wave 4 is a mercenary card called Nightbird. That's really good and essential if you want to build a mercenary deck. And my Wave 4 event is this Sunday, so I'm very excited to that to get my copy of Nightbird. So, and if your store doesn't support Transformers, let them know that the organized play is free, like I said. And like I always say, if you nobody at your local store is playing the game that you want to play, make it happen yourself. Start some demo days. Get people interested. There's no harm in trying, and who knows, you might end up building a big community and support for the game, and that's awesome. So, once again, thank you to Hasbro for providing us the box. I'm Kevin. This is Metamaniacs. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and we'll sign out and roll out.